after independence, our food grain has been raised from 50 to 315 million ton. That is probably 6 times and 500%. Similarly, if you take my area of interest as far dairy is concerned, our milk production increased from 17 to 200 million ton, and that's 210 million right now, which is probably under 1,000%, and that's 12 times. So now it is increased actually, and we have already reached to 460 per capita, and that's basically we can go to the actually 750. Otherwise, 450 also nutritionally good. But it's really correct because the farmer's livelihood is still it's a question. Because the problem here is not the production, but also. So if you look actually the correct definition of the global security, or not, it's next. So it's FAO, the food security means that all people at all time, if you look into it, here the physical, social and economical access. This economical access, if the farmer produce actually surplus of the milk and milk product, whether it is the farmer has access equivalent to other things as for livelihood or not. Sufficient, safe, nutrient food is also challenge, and this need the food people that they need the healthy life. So this healthy life is also equal. That's not only productivity is also the how the quality of the food is also. That's why the focus is as far nutrient is concerned. So here is actually the agriculture in total as far as livelihood, livestock, and livestock is also in current. I would like if you look actually Indian scenario, the livestock is growing very fast, and any community of agriculture livestock is going up. For example, in dairy itself, the total actually the GVA value, the total gross value production in India is probably 13 lakhs crore. Out of that, actually 70-80%, 8.5 lakh crore is from only dairy. So dairy is also very not only important as far as the economical and livelihood of the animal, but also in terms of the food security, because the only crop cannot sustain. I will say the some data as far as India is concerned. We need actually diversified food, including the livestock, not only in India but also the globally. So next page. And if you look actually 870 people, actually the million people is still as far as not obtaining. I will not start this data as far as 870 people in terms of availability of the food, but its quality of the food also in terms of the nutrition value. And if you just go with this 870 million population, it is half of the Indian population, you can say still is not getting actually the food. So of course, this topic really it's a need of. So if you look actually WFO, this determinant of global food security is the affordability. That's a very, very important aspect. What I'm saying is that affordability as well as availability. So availability is also an affordability, and then quality, safety, and sustainability adaptation all are linked together. That's you cannot go actually any pillar of actually the food security. You can separate it. Let me share one example as far as availability is concerned. In case of dairy, only in the ghee of the actually as far as dairy ghee is concerned, which is right now in India. If you go, I have gone through this actually one analysis, and that's very interesting. That's from 400 rupees per kg to 5,000 per kg is available. So that's actually what is going on actually if the 400 is there, available is there. So why not the 400 people can take the 400 and use that for availability is concerned. Then why it is a 5,000 actually in this rate? So that's actually there is large number of gap actually as far acceptability, adaptability is concerned. So even we have actually surplus of the trees there, but the adaptability is not as which is supposed to be there. So that's all pillar in food security. Means everywhere have to be go together, not the one separate, only the productivity is concerned. But we have to look as far nutritional as well as adaptability in terms of the perception, people's perception also. So that's, I will suggest that here only the scientist is not required. Even actually the policy maker as well as the regulatory authority is also very important in terms of actually the food security and food availability and food security is concerned. Because even if it is there actually what the amount of the actually production, if the regulatory and they are not going to be join a hand actually, that's not going to be sub purpose of the food security is concerned. Next please. That's the food security as far as index is concerned in India 60, and we are very good as far as security availability is concerned. Security. Next please. I'm not big. If you look overall, actually, this is the scenario as far as India, the what we are talking about, that all the 5 pillars. If you look actually Indian scenario, the challenge and opportunity, I have one a strong perception is actually this is because initially what we have a challenges, and that challenges if we achieve it, for example, the today's achievement is become a challenge for today also. Take example of actually our green revolution. The green revolution and the practices what we are uses actually in green revolution is now our challenge. This is achievement. Green revolution is our achievement. We used to talk about the green revolution, but at the same time, the green revolution is now the challenge. And we all know that's why natural farming, organic farming, that farming is coming into the picture because the productivity. So that's actually it. So here the portability, and look at the most important part, which is worse. I'm not going to much detail, but the worst is sustainability and adaptability in India is the big challenge. And that's actually the score is 52, which is toward the worst side actually. And this is the important of actually concern. This what I'm talking about, this particular slide is very good as far as this actually young birds and young researcher. If whenever you make actually as far as project is concerned, you look actually where actually the future is going to be like. If you look, identify a right problem and right time, you have a very great success later on. For example, if you look actually that all of the availability, we look always the production. Now the production, more than actually the production, is the sustainability and adoption is important. So we have to look what the area where, what the quality and the nutrition is important, so that can be available. I would look, I have one more point for our young student, particularly scholar. I was just looking that lot of actually question I have been trying to ask, but the students not. It is true. This type of actually this seminar or workshop, you have to be a lot to learn actually, because you should sometime to identify origin of problem is also a big job. I will share that now this particular decade or even century is going to be a century for data. So if you have a great data and you know the data is very important right now, because worldwide, after the actually the invention of the computer and in AI and all, data is very important. So if you have a data, even if you can collect the data, you can sell and get a lot of money as well. So if you have a extension people and the economics people and if they have actually a lot of data, you have a very own data. Please keep that data, and large number of data keep collecting all this. I know one of the person who is into the farming business, not actually is agriculture scientist, neither is business. Only he has actually going into the field and doing the AI and that, he has a lot of good data, and now he is selling that data in terms of actually in different type of developers of the AI. And he is selling in such a way, and that's a data he has a technique, and they are, he is saying that you can go and validate. So this is the data, that's what I'm talking about. The most important here, as far as index and challenges, opportunity lying in sustainability and adaptation, means climate change, as well as adaptation, whether it is good for health, whether it is good for actually the marketing, whether it is good for actually acceptability by the is consumer or not. Next, please. Yeah, challenge next. So that's it's a big challenge as far as what we are talking. We are actually our food grain has been reached to the 6 times. Our daily is going to be increased by the 12 times. That's 500% and 1,000. But what is the situation in India as far as malnutrition? It is still very bad. Next. So here is the challenge. Means what if you look actually this stunning rate of animal into the animal source food curve. If you look actually overall the global scenario is there, where the spending is high, the animal source of food can be a livestock. Livestock would be a very important. You have too much as far as crop production and all these things. It cannot be solved the problem of stunning of childhood is concerned, because they need an animal protein as far as. So that's the data source. Next, please. So that animal source could be a new source. It could be a good opportunity for as far toward studying. I will give some of the very interesting data as far dairy is concerned about to be work for as far Indian this food safety food global this Hungary index is concerned. Next, please. So if you look actually, these are the different scenario of actually child stunting, child this and nutrition. And here, actually, in India is a very big problem. And this is the situation at present as far as India is concerned. Now, how it could be looked at? That's why actually I make the title. Dairy can be a play important role as far as nutritional security is concerned. I'm talking about nutritional security. So next of the couple of slides, I will share in terms of the nutritional security in India through the dairy. Next please. So if you look, this is the actually malnutrition status and map of in India. Next. And what is the major actually landmark which is because of the malnutrition study is going on, and this is the dairy is the actually the top, and where the people are taking a dairy actually malnutrition is less as compared to the other conditions, followed by the egg, and then it is going to be as far as this vitamin E and other as far as fish is concerned. So these are the actually the area and opportunity where you have, because this malnutrition and this our index as for India is coming at 107, which is worse than actually the Pakistan, Bangladesh as well. There is only one country in Asia which is as far as India hunger index is concerned, nutritional security is concerned. There is only one country in Asia, that is Afghanistan. You can imagine actually what is situation in India at present with the, actually the 500% increase the food grain and 12%, the 1000% increase in milk and liquor. Still, actually, this nutrition security of our child is bad. So these are the three. There is the top where we can actually look and we actually go for this as far as increasing the food security next place. And this is the one of my study where the age of actually 0 to 5 years, those actually the animal was not taking the dietary, they are going to be studying is the biggest problem. So this is already next actually demographic study is also next. This is also shows that the milk consumption, if you increase the 1.4% consumption as per this, you can reduce the underweight as far as the 1.5% population into that. This, so these are the scientific, very recently publishing. So whatever you have actually this this nutritional quality, that's not only that's one crop or no two crop, another one that can go to be solved. But that's we required actually, that's another actually the component which is required for our body, for our child or the children to remove or for making actually our hunger index top of actually to be up as far as the global context is concerned. Next similarly. This also Israeli study is very recent actually Israeli study. I think our India is also need that is some sort of a demographic study because we have a different population. We still do not know, if you look actually correlate the milk consumption across the actually India. If you go to the northern India and particularly Punjab, Haryana, the milk is content is white. What is the cardiovascular diseases into the Haryana and Punjab? If you go to the Kerala, actually the cardiovascular condition and the milk content is very, because they are like not taking much milk as far as the Kerala is concerned. So that type of demographical study is important, just like is published. The Israeli study says that inadequate milk intake cancels the instant growth in the child. Next. So that's why they have shown the data in dairy intake. If you 30% actually risk of and if you increase the availability of milk availability in childhood, then there is a sharp actually as far as order into the childhood. So these are the actually the demographical study shows that the for the nutritional security livelihood as nutritional security, what is the importance of dairy in spite of the availability of all sides of Next. So the solution actually what proposed, this is one of our interest right as for the national actually the plan we are looking forward that the world is largest producer of milk. I've already shared that we are reached to that 210 million ton with the 6%, 6.2% growth. But this is a challenge for us. For it is challenge for our farmer. If it is going to be increased like this, what we are going to do when the per capita is going to be reached actually the maximum, what actually we are going to be made. So here the important thing is that we have to look for the export. And export, what is actually the reason for that we are not going to be make the export? As far as India, the export in milk is concerned, it is only 3,000 crore is there, milk and milk product. Total milk and milk product exported 3,000 and compared to the single basmati is 30,000 crore, which is very, very less, 110. The reason is very simple. That is some of the cases as FMD, another is the traceability. So these are the not only, these are the not issue. I think it is across the actually, the boundaries also issues. because political scenario is there different. So as far as this global security, global food security is concerned, we have to be look not only toward the production, probability and the security, but we also look for the actually international relationship between the different country. Because in one country there is a lot of surplus of the food, milk is there. But for example, I take the one example, I've given it for the from Epida's side that if you go look actually most of the butter from India, from Japan, Japan actually import butter from Nepal, not from India, because that's a certain actually the policies there. So the food security is not only the agriculture responsibility of agriculture scientists or the livestock or animal scientists, but this is also actually the political affair, because because of, and that's also should be sometimes it's important to do consideration. Otherwise, we have a surplus of actually several. We have a milk here. The per capita imports will decrease. But the poor farmer not going to adopt actually a livelihood, because livelihood is not going to be very easy as far as the livestock concerned into the farmer. Most of our in Haryana and Punjab, most of our youth is not going to adopt any sort of actually livestock, because they don't want to keep livestock. To rear the livestock is not so easy, and we have to be developed such a, because if you take all actually the component of this livestock really, the cost of the milk is not as so we have to look that scenario. And we have a very great diversity of this as far as the animal is concerned. I'm going to take it here. Next, please. So milk from bovine and non-bovine milk, because non-bovine is also very good nutritional security as far as therapeutic also. So milk and bovine from also these are milk fortification is total solution for malnutrition and food security, particularly through malnutrition. The food security, as one of the aspects is the malnutrition. Through food security, could be dairy, could be a better solution for that. Next. So this is the sum of the actually applicability as well as affordability. I have some plan that promoting the bovine and non-bovine milk, decrease the production cost. This is one of the important aspects. We have to be look avenues. We have to look that we have to be decrease the production cost. If we are not going to be decrease the production cost of livestock, particularly in dairy, in the future it is not going to be affordable. That's not going to be sustainable. And that need the solution for animal production, processing and social. This I've already shared it. And there is several progress. We have a daily consumption into the health according to this. So India is China. This is the one data is very alarming. India and China both contribute 70% actually the total livestock population in the world. Only two countries, 70% livestock population is going to be contributed by two countries, India and China. But as far economic contribution of their country is only 25%. Definitely livestock is not productivity is very still less. So we have to be increase the productivity and continue. That's why China is also looking, and you might have heard, I still do not believe, I don't know, they are saying in one day they are going to produce 100 kg of milk. I don't know what type of buffalo or cow they have made it, but that's a news I have came to know, maybe come out of that actually. So that's, but of course this is not a big difficult, because selection also reached to the 70 and 80 kg milk into different countries, Israel and US. Next. So selection of different actually the friendly animals and meat through management practice and point of care. This is the one of the, in Indian context this is very important. Not only Indian context, in the outside also. You have to be, we have to be have develop a point of care as far as the diagnostic is concerned, and I have to quality control is concerned. If you want to be sell a good quality, because I have already shared, there is a large number of companies running in India. They are selling actually milk up to that 150 kg also. They are providing actually the point of care along with the milk supply, and they are claiming that they can be. So you have to be developed, and you have to be claimed, and you have to be sustained. If you want to be sustained into this livestock, NDRI has developed a great potential and developed several point of care at the farmer doorstep, which can be test actually their milk and their own, and they are very affordable actually the kits are developed. So if you take this, several companies have commercialized, and if you can take it, the kits from them, and that's kit, and if you supply sometime, that's a very good actually message I can say. If you take the kit And if you supply the milk actually from them and give it them, actually these are different kits. They are very cheap actually. That's not very difficult. You include the cost into that. Suppose 10 rupees kit for the adulterant of urea. Then you add actually the 60 and 70. Then 10 rupees kit you add from them. Market, the kits are available. We have commercialized and there is a good startups are coming in. And you supply them along with this and say, if your milk is pure and if you can test it, I'm sure the people who have here is spend into the good quality of actually the milk as far as the availability is concerned. So next please. So thank you very much. I come from the NDRI, National Dairy Research Institute. Our NDRI is celebrating 100 years and that's why this is because this we have a proud that our institute is going to be is celebrating this year as 100 years, established in 1923 and we are number one as far as all agriculture universities. So thank you very much for sharing and presenting.